Hey there, I'm Michael Bungay-Stanier. I'm really glad you're joining me. Every month I do a video review of 3 books around a particular topic. And this month, February, is the month we had International Coaching Week. It was a couple of weeks ago, but I thought I'd pick up on the theme that you're seeing in my blog this month to actually share with you 3 books that I thought might be useful for you as a busy, practical person who might be wanting to bring some coaching into your life that might be useful resources for you. Now, in previous blog posts, I've talked about some of my favorite coaching books. Mary Beth O'Neill, Executive Coaching with Backbone and Heart, a fantastic book. Linda Page, David Rock have a fantastic textbook out about coaching. It's kind of a bit dry, but if you're going to have a single textbook, that's the one you're going to go with. I'm not talking about books I've talked about before. These are new books for you right now, so let me share these with you. Here's the very first one I want to pick up with. It's The Inner Game of Work, Tim Gallwey. Tim Gallwey, what a man. He is one of the real fathers of the coaching world. He wrote a book, I don't know, 20 years ago, maybe even longer, called The Inner Game of Tennis. It sounds like it's about tennis, but actually it is about focus and impact. And what this book is it's really bringing some of those insights from the inner game of tennis into how we work, how we show up at work. And I'm going to say there are a couple of things that I really took away from this that I found particularly useful. The first one is one of the constant themes from his work. It's about the difference between self-one and self-two. The difference, self-one is that overcritical, conscious mind that kind of gets in our own way. And the classic piece is, of course, playing sport. And you know when you're in sport and you're playing well and you're in the zone, that's when self-two is in control. Self-one is when the person in your brain starts doubting it, starts questioning yourself. And a key part of Tim Gallwey's work is to actually say, look, you've got to quiet person 2 so that you can really let person 1 have the impact, self-one, have the impact you want. That's a key takeaway from this for me. But probably at the heart of this is his focus, his emphasis, his passion around, you've got to focus, you've got to focus. And you know, from my previous work, I think focus is one of those 3 critical attributes of doing more great work. So the fact that Gallwey is going on and on about focus, perfect. In here is another great little tool. It's called the STOP tool. And it's what to do when you find yourself overwhelmed, when you find yourself kind of flustered. And this is what STOP stands for. It says, step back, perfect, scan the environment, and then think. So that's what the T stands for, think. What's going on? What am I noticing? Then you want to organize, so rearrange how you're approaching it and do something differently, and then proceed. Very simple, very powerful tool to have more impact in the work you're doing and to get less, I guess, flustered, less swept up in the day-to-day stuff and actually think about how to have more impact. That's Tim Gallwey, The Inner Game of Work. I love it. Ed Schein, my goodness, this man, he is a hero of mine. I've got a few on my top shelf. Peter Block's one of them. Ed Schein's another one. This is his latest book. It's called Helping, How to Offer, Give and Receive Help. Came out probably 18 months ago, maybe a little less than that. Here's what I love about this. It comes from his deep understanding of what it means to engage and interact and work with people. And that powerful insight that so many of us don't see, which is this. As soon as I offer to help somebody, as soon as I offer to help you, I put myself up and I put them down. You diminish somebody by offering to help them. I know that sounds contradictory, but here's the thing. It's actually backed up by the neuroscience that tells us when you diminish my status, that actually puts me into a process where I go, I'm lesser, and you move from your prefrontal cortex, your thinking brain, into your amygdala, your limbic brain, your kind of fight or flight mode, and you operate less well when your status is reduced. And offering to help actually reduces your status. Can you believe that? Offering to help actually makes people think worse and probably see you more as an enemy than as a friend. I know, ironic but true. Here's what his core solution to how to help more powerfully, and it's summed up in this phrase, humble inquiry. Humble inquiry. In other words, how do you truly approach somebody with an open mind and an open heart and step away from your expertise and move into a questioning approach? It's one of the reasons why coaching can be so powerful, is that it can, at its best, it is based on true humble inquiry and a process of engaging like that rather than the, I'm coming in, I'm giving you some advice, I know how to help. Ed Schein, Helping, love this book. And here's a third and final book, Creating Your Best Life, The Ultimate Life List Guide by Caroline Adams Miller and Dr. Michael Frisch. And, you know, I truthfully haven't read all of this, but I've read most of it. And what I like about it is this, it's not a long book full of blah blah blah, and you're kind of searching for the real detail and the content around it. What it is full of lots of practical insights, lots of practical tools, lots of practical lists based on data. There's a lot of research that's gone into this or drawn upon this for this book. So if you're looking for ways of enhancing your coaching toolkit, lots of methods, lots of tools, lots of lists that you can use to be more impact with the people you work with and you engage with and you coach with, this might be the book for you. I'm Michael Bungay-Stanier from boxofcrayons.biz. This is my monthly book review. The theme this month is coaching. I'm talking about 3 books: Helping by Edgar Schein, The Inner Game of Work by Tim Gallwey, and Creating Your Best Life by Carolyn Adams Miller.